Okay, a few words about hosting. Well, hosting, that's not my name, but they use my 1992 way. So I was checking hosting. So you type, suppose, hosting. Web. Okay. Okay, wiki. I can tell you a lot of wishy-washy again. Unexplained, you know, unexplained things for everybody, including universities. I would say like this, anything universities teach about exploring, they teach about illegal exploring. They should not charge money because that exploring came from the house and my ex-wife was talking, not me. So that exploring is illegal. They should not make any classes based on illegal use and illegal papers. Because for that it should be my papers. Okay, this one you can read, but you'll see a lot of nonsense. Okay, internet was restricted to use only to research, education, blah 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 blah. I can tell you my system, e-commerce and ways cannot be called as internet. So this is, if you talk about internet, to me this is dead internet. Don't try to make a river from your to mine where look like my intellectual property was your brain. It's not your brain, was not your brain. Email, my design email is for my system. I do not allow to use, and I did not allow to use my email design, including my exploring system. It was used because of false statements and lies and different illegal papers. So they can talk about email, but this email is my design. This email was after 92. Creating folders, and you have name, subject. That's my design. AOL 91 didn't have that design. And anybody is looking at that, my design, like I did show you, which is used today by Google, Microsoft, Apple, that's my design. That's not your people of 91. So this should be investigated because I know my design and I know AOL didn't have it and Barnes & Noble didn't have it and Oracle didn't have it, IBM didn't have it, Apple didn't have it. They didn't have the design and they didn't have that exploring external system. So it could be backdated here and there. They sometimes I've seen they backdate. I came to that in 92. The backdate looked like it was like a little earlier, or they play with dates. Now World Wide Web, not until the end of 93. Okay, so I got divorced, and ex-wife went overseas. In 93, she started to talk. She could talk in 92 when she was writing letters. I did not check her letters, but she was sending letters from America to Ukraine. She could send to Russia, I don't know. I did not check on her mail, envelopes, written things. So anyway, 93, that sounds like they started to talk about my system. Now, like I said, if she talk, that would be legal use. For legal use, I should talk in United States, not she talk overseas. Anything she talk about, that would be illegal use in gray market. Because for legal use, companies had to talk to me and have to talk to me because it's my intellectual property. Plus the house. It cannot be implemented because it was in the house. But they did implement. Anyway, here you see opening internet access, blah, 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 until 95. I'm telling you again, my system should not be called as internet. So expect here illegal use, illegal papers, but my intellectual property was used, my external system and custom network. Now looking further, because I know my setup and I know what some call web hosting. It's not web hosting. It is my system way. It's not web Tim Berners-Lee way or any other people way. It's not the network configuration and setup and ways. They cannot call mine as web. They can only call by web what is real web, not mine. Okay, now if you see collection of web pages, those web pages, if it's like my design, like suppose Amazon, eBay, YouTube, Netflix, that's my design. I do not allow to call as web page. That's my page for my platform. So somebody keep giving wrong names. It's not web page. It is my e-commerce page. And his part is very small in that, whoever is web. Linking. For linking you can apply web, but don't call web pages if you never came to that. I had pages for what is Facebook. When you open platform, I had pages. Be it for creating your profile, be it for people to tag, be it for groups. That's my pages. It's not your web pages. You have no talent, no authority for that. If anybody will claim it is your pages, I will submit to international court for fraud. Because you need to stop playing. So whoever is playing, they should stop playing. Because they offer people to invest into something with fraud and illegal papers. If you didn't come, you didn't come. So don't try to lie. So they're trying to mix here to mine and has to do something with internet. I have nothing to do with internet. And even if they say something was used, I don't care. I came to my own system to explore from home, my custom network and my special platforms. I do not care what they had. I will make a picture for you. So just to see, I mean, some people want to know the truth. If you want to know the truth, I can tell the truth. So it's not really web pages. And I never did allow to talk even about it. They're using false statements and false papers from ex-wife. Look like okay. She's not supposed to make any statements for me. For mine, I give statements or I make statements. Don't make statements for me what's okay, not okay. If I didn't talk to web about my platform and how it should be called, then I didn't talk. Don't give your names to mine. He's trying to make look like it is his platforms, to the point his platforms. It's not his platforms, it is my platforms. It is only his linking maybe, or some kind of part. So don't try to play, whoever is playing there. So now, web hosting. Now if you look, web hosting. Okay, web hosting. What is web hosting? In some way it's not clear what is web hosting. Even I ask PhD, they are not sure. They probably want to know more than anyone else. What is that web hosting about? And then cloud hosting. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, for this cloud hosting, I can make cross. And for web hosting, I can make cross. Why? It is not your intellectual property for exploring any commerce, and it is not your custom network. It is illegal use. You have no talent to show. All you have is different stupid papers. Now, so you will not find exact answer what is web hosting. It will be around and around. Now, if you look at companies like this one, like this one, like this particular, this company is not an American company. And you might find some other ones. They're from, like this, wiki. Okay. You find Kaunas, Lithuania. I can tell you, my ex-wife in 93 left, talking everywhere, blah, blah, blah. And that's why they implemented. You don't see before 92, what you see is history, 2004. And some of those people overseas, they came to US talking about the same thing, making an impression. It is internet. It's not internet. I do not belong to internet. I came to that in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in a house. House did not belong to web, did not belong to internet, did not belong to 6 universities, did not belong to .com, did not belong to federal government, did not belong to any of network configurations. So if you open MIT book, there are network configurations. My house did not belong to any network configuration to tell I was working for you. So I came to my custom network, and it is only for me to give names. So from this one I can see they came later. Basically, they cannot claim they were before 91. Okay, how about just any hosting? Okay, this is this one. Expect Olga's or Olga's illegal papers. This is illegal use from the house. It should be investigated the beginning. If money went to her, she is not a talent. It's called twisting with fraud. Now next one. So any other one? Google Cloud. Okay, now why cloud? You look. They every time call web illegal name. For my system, web is illegal name. Don't call website if he didn't come to the sites, and don't call web network if he didn't come to web network, and don't call it web app if he didn't come to it. That's illegal names, street names. If you're talking about mine, that is street names. Street names, it means somebody gave, not the tenant. You call, but it's not legal name. Okay, they have hosting. Okay, hosting. Okay, okay, okay. With that, I can tell you, any international end, US, Japan, Spain, around the whole world, does not belong to web. I did not allow to use. So they used illegal papers and false statements. It's not belonging to web, never did belong. I never had my lawyer to talk to web. So what they did, basically, ex-wife was talking, and they put up some stupid papers, which has no value, trust me, no value. Google, like I said, they need to pay compensation, and they should have copyrights infringements and illegal use and whatever, you know. They should be stopped from IPO. That platform, intellectual property, you know, my search engine and everything, that's not for Google to use. They use because of ex-wife, but that's illegal use. So anyway, they have hosting. Okay, other hosting. Shared hosting. What's your shared hosting? Okay, you have website. Okay, storage. Okay. What else you have? Okay, plan. And they have some kind of stuff installed. Okay, installation. Okay, you have storage, email, blah blah blah. They call hosting. You don't call by your name my stuff, okay? You're hosting boys. All those hosting boys should be at international court explaining how they started, and they should bring Olga's papers and show everything. And I can tell you, if there is my signature, that is forgery. Expect hosting had forgery. Because I was in US and somebody was signing for me overseas. Because lawyers need signature, and if they submit it, that is forgery. I was not there. Anyway, if you look more, even I have actually, I'm affiliate, I guess, Bluehost. Bluehost is an American company in Utah. I actually was driving through Utah. Oh no, they have, this say Florida, but somewhere I've seen Utah. This is Jacksonville, Florida. With this one, expect somebody has Olga's illegal papers. Olga ex-wife. So Memphis, this is 96. Okay, I came to that in 92. So basically after me, before nobody had hosting for people, you know, from home, from many buildings. So basically, okay, Bluehost, web hosting. What is your web hosting? Okay, you read. Okay, 91, the same thing. I would suggest to investigate after, see 95, after 92. If this was one, and then suddenly jumped into mine, like I said, illegal use. So some people might don't understand what is it about. It's a game. Okay, this one, it is a game actually. In some way it is a game. I don't want you to feel negative, but it is a game. The whole exploring is a game. A game with illegal papers. So, let's say, hold on, give me a second. I need to keep switching from one to other, because my application sharing, even if it says screen sharing, it will not share the screen unless I change from, like, say, browser to my picture. Hold on. So I need this one like this. So what you see here is my intellectual property from 92. What they're trying to say, all that is web, completely, all this is web, which is false statements for investors. Web never came to this network and that system, and it is not even web pages. So based on my 92 way, I have pages with linking, but it's not web pages, it is my pages with linking. And if I have platforms, it is my platforms with linking. It is not websites, not web platforms, not web network, not web anything else. I think international court really should look into that. He's sticking too much, or somebody is sticking too much web into mine. Web never came to that. Exploring, custom network, different ends for different countries. Web never came to exploring at all. I came to explore it. It is my exploring. It is not web's exploring. If he will say that, I am ready to sue and file his name to International Criminal Court for the international fraud. It is not his web exploring. He never came to it. There is no way he can come to exactly the same. To win 6 numbers, you need 300,000 tries. Statistically, to win 6 numbers, you need to try around 300,000 times. I had more than 6 numbers, way more. Probably you need to have billions of tries to be close. So there is no way he can win, or a group of people can win. So basically Webb had illegal papers, and then ex-wife was talking and blah blah blah, most likely overseas. That's why you can see Lithuania implementing something, or Tallinn Skype implementing, because of ex-wife talking. But they had illegal papers with that. That should not be for investing. That's what I'm trying to say. So in case of web hosting, okay, so this is one picture, but I'm going to explain you. I need to show more. I need to add certain things here. This is not everything. It's not everything. So let me show you something else. For that I need to switch from one to other. Okay, this one goes to paint. Okay, this is paint. So for you easily to understand, what is web hosting, which is my hosting, it's not your web hosting. So I will make, let's say, black color. Again, my color one, other colors different. Okay, so let's go. Trying to separate all those crooked people from the truth. Okay, so you had what? What did you have? If you claim you had. Web. Okay, web. Number one, web. Okay. Hold on. You had web, fine. You still can have it. This is stupid program there. I really don't like that. Can you just make something different? This experience is completely stupid. Anyway, I think people, if you try this, you might say, I don't want to use this again. So suppose this is your web, which is kind of small. .com, your .com. Okay. And then your 6 university. And then your Apple. And then your Microsoft. And then your IBM. And then your Oracle. And then I don't know, someone else. And then Russian internet. Computers here, 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 here. Bunch of wires between. And then big line. And you are not supposed to jump into mine. Okay? My statements, illegal papers, illegal papers, oops, hold on, okay, papers like this. Well, papers. So, my statements, they used illegal papers, including Google Voice. Illegal papers used. So, AOL, or anyone, I don't really care. Any name, anybody. Okay, illegal papers. That's my statement. They all have illegal papers. They all use illegal papers. They ask people to invest using illegal papers. Why? Because they should have my lawyer, and they don't. And they had to talk to me, but they didn't. So they were listening ex-wife and implementing. That is illegal use with illegal papers, including Microsoft and Apple. Okay, so for my way, suppose this is a house. Okay, house, and I have provider, which is not your way already. You never had providers. Taken to my special network. You never had special network. If somebody will claim, I will sue this guy. I'm not joking. You need to stop lying everywhere. They are walking in my shoes and lying everywhere, around the whole planet. Some of them, including Apple and Microsoft, that's not your Microsoft internal project or Apple's internal project or your AOL's internal project. As soon as you tell me, I will tell you, show me people, I will submit all your people to International Criminal Court. International Criminal Court. Because my system is international. You need to stop telling all your lies everywhere. So this is my house, and this is my network. Goes east, west, suppose, north, south. In case of American, it goes to here, to my big American build-up. It doesn't go to your build-up from here to here. It doesn't go here, where those guys were in school somewhere. It goes here, to my build-up, because of my intellectual property, not because of your intellectual property. You never had project like that. So for web, I can tell you right now for what you should do for web. You should be subject for criminal investigation, using fraud to your advantage. That's how it should be. If you never came, you have no reasons to say it is web. Is this web? Did you have this before? Yes or no? No? So for web, suppose I have web. I'm really sick of it. I'm not some kind of schmuck you can play with. I'll take you to criminal courts, including international one. I need all my money for it. I'm not joking. So, this one, suppose web. What is web? Suppose I call linking or language or whatever. You cannot call mine as web. So as soon as you say this custom network is web and this whatever I have here is web, first wrong statement. Now, including any of you, if you have that, you have wrong statements. Because this is not yours. You never had project. So don't try to give names. Okay, now, second thing. So I have that one. What is web hosting? It is not your hosting. It is your name to mine. So he gives name to mine. I don't like it. I don't like your names to mine. It is not yours, but it is your names to mine. Second red cross for him. Okay, now keep going with mine. So if this is suppose my way .us, let's suppose this one dot, I don't know, anything, .uk. So in this case, this one .jp, suppose, .jp. It is your web. It is your web end. If you say yes, I'll sue you. And international court should look at it. If this end belonging to the page, it's not your page. It is my page. It is my page for my system. Web never had network and international end. So don't call my pages. If you look at the tab, it has .uk, .jp, for the whole planet .something. It is not your web page. It is not web page. It's my page. Where web is like whatever, linking or whatever. So don't tweak. I actually see unjust enrichment with tweaking there. They distort the reality. They distort the truth. You didn't come, you didn't come. That's the truth. Don't try to stick to mine and then kind of fool look like you. It's not you. So I have this one, right? Okay, now additional one. What is web hosting? You had no hosting. You had no hosting. Why? Because this one is not yours. You had no hosting. Any hosting, assuming this one is my hosting, it is not your web hosting. To show to the customer, you need to have a network. You need to have a box or telephone line. It is more telephone company hosting, not your web hosting. So suppose people here running, different people. Are they web people or telephone companies? Telephone companies. Why do you call web hosting? What if somebody wants to say it's our AT&T hosting or Verizon hosting? What makes you to think you have more priority? You have no priority. You can have your hosting inside of your building, yes. Not for everybody here. That's not your way. It is your big wish or someone's wish to stick that name, but it's not your hosting because this is not your network. It is more telephone company network. That's what I said in 92, telephone company or networking company hosting. It is not your web hosting. Web is only a small part in it. So all this would be houses and providers. Now, when you go, either you go UK or JP, or if South America, then South America. Now, inside of inside of it. Because my system is allowing many people to be there. It's not like those people. Okay, for Microsoft we have Microsoft, for Apple we have Apple people, for this we have these people, for this we have these people, for this one we have these people. For universities we have 6 universities. That's all you had, 6 universities. But I have a lot of people. My system, this one, few billion people looking at it. They don't look at your 6 universities setup and what you had. You don't even allow them to see that. You never did allow them. You jump into this for some reason. But it's not your education and it's not your hosting. Anyway, hosting, I don't really like the name, but okay, I'm telling you from user experience. So I have here search engine. Now, because I have a lot of people, this is a lot of people. This one is a lot of people. Suppose this is people, right? People. Okay, from user experience, what you do is, you basically, from the house, you submit, it goes to provider, from provider goes to my line. Now at this point, there is a unit, I have special unit. That's my custom way. It's not your web way. You didn't have unit, so you should not have international network. So from here, based on the end, it goes to the UK or JP, or if .us, go to US. Whoever added .com, that's a legal and but using mine. So either this or some have .com. What it's .com should be here, not here. .com. If your brain doesn't work right, here you go, .com. .com is what your .com. That's where you should stay. You should not add anything here. So for any .com, over here, big cross. Cannot add. You need to have my attorney, agreement. You want to use this to your advantage. That's unjust enrichment. If you want to use this, you need to pay compensation or go back to your .com buildings. And you should not copy, use this one. So basically .com should be investigated. Now, coming back to my stuff. So, the guy suppose is reaching my search engine, because search engine and browser, that's how I had search engine and browser working together. So when he is opening, clicking on icon, that icon actually is not really Google's icon. That icon came from the house, from me, and those like Apple look like compass. So anyway, he click on icon, or she click on icon. He has a screen. Inside of the screen, it will be this search engine. Why I did this? Because you could use nothing on the screen, and on the top you could submit exact name, let's say store. Like suppose here store. You can have nothing, but I thought it's kind of boring. Suppose this is store. So If in case of empty box on the top for my browser, you submit exact name, it will go to suppose store or anything with exact name. But I thought it's boring. So I thought I like to have automatically search engine inside of my browser. Now, so person is coming here to search engine, and because I have many people, he want to have own site. Site with many pages, or store or something. For him, in order to do, he doesn't need to talk to these people. Believe it or not, he does not need to talk to these people. If they say he have to, no, he doesn't. That would be fraudulent statement. Because he doesn't go to your system, your computers. He doesn't. He's trying to create site on my system, not on your web building where you had before web. He's not creating anything there. He's creating over here. So for this, expect this OLED group have illegal papers from ex-wife and her people. Because for this you need to talk to me and have attorney. And don't try to nationalize based on no attorney, no nothing. Basically they're trying to nationalize based on false statements and illegal papers. And then they want to trade on Wall Street. People should have investments, like retirement investments, into their big game. Oh yeah, I'm telling you. I think international court need to investigate it. Why? Because it's not their stuff. Even up to here, I said already, it's not their stuff. So what you do is, he got here, but he got to search engine, not any one of your search engine. He got to this search engine, mine. And then for that he need to pay to provider. You had no provider, no place to have search engine for the public. So in my case, he is here and he on a site like he had seen somebody else had. Where? Here, not here. That network take that person here, not there. If they say goes to them, that's fraud. They moved here, but it's not your way. So don't try to play. That's how it is. What they should look at here, illegal papers. For them to come to here, they used illegal papers. It's like after all, you go and you look at the writing illegal papers and you cross the wall. That's how you got it. That's what you use today. That's what you offer to public. So, in case, coming back to my talk, this guy want to have site. He doesn't care about them. He want a site just like other house. Suppose other house. Because he had seen some other guy from the house or from some work created a site with pages, like store or something. Now, based on my 92 way, site can be created by search engine or by independent company. Independent company can build sites. That was my 92 way. I'm not joking. 92 way. Site can be one. search engine basically. You've seen probably before some websites were done by search engine, and two independent company. That's my 92 way. That's what today they call hosting. It's not really hosting. Hosting is even, it's not my name. But my name is creating sites. Creating sites either by search engine. To me it's my company, because I came to me it's my company. What Google is using, they are using my business model illegally. And intellectual property and all that. And look, designs. Anyway, so coming back to experience. So suppose this guy had seen, this guy has certain site he created, either by search engine or by individual company, independent company. So he wanna create site too. So now in case of search engines, they have their decisions or ways. In case of independent company, they might have some other decisions. So independent company would design many things for that site. That's what they call hosting, but to me it's just designing site. And then important part, because I have many people, I understood in 92, if suppose this is computer, if I submit to another computer, it should have one name only in existence, one name. Because if, or like that platform or his site should have only one name only for the whole exploring. Because if I say, like, let's say KTM, like motorcycle KTM, допустим, .us, and then another 100 platforms have the same KTM.us, then system doesn't know where to go. You know what I mean? When you submit, it should go somewhere to give you a result back. But in case of 100 KTM.us, it doesn't have anything to understand where to go, to which computer. Number 30, number 29, number 76, number 99, number 1, because it's the same man. So in this case, I came to conclusion, so don't confuse the system. I need to give the name, some kind of special unit or people, system, basically, they need to check. So this guy, so suppose this guy is given name, any name, suppose pen warehouse, suppose name, pen warehouse, .us. Okay, now, in order to give that name, he need to submit, I like this name. I like you to build site, and I like this name. So in this case, because you don't want 100 KTM stores, system should recognize. In this way, in this case, whatever he likes the name, it should be checked by the system. Checked by the system if that is found. If that is not found, then he can have this name with his, and then have design made by search engine or by individual independent company. And you've seen probably before, some search engines were doing name check and site building, but sometimes you can see what is web hosting today. It is some other group. So basically that's how I had independent group can build sites. Now, so if the name is good, then it's good. Now what else they have? Email. Email, that is my email from 92. My email located here. They don't create email to put inside, in computer to put inside of these buildings. They use this setup, be it this company, I mean search engine, be it independent people. So they create basically, so they have space here and they create email. Well, for email you need to run for email. That's how I look, because my email had ad. My email had ad in one company. So if at Google or anyone else, but Google is using mine, but suppose company, I have a company name, at my company. So in this case, email would be stored at my company. If independent people have computers for email, it would be this at their company computers. So if in case of Bluehost, if they have computers for email, it would be at Bluehost, but computers would be somewhere here, not there. So all this, I'm telling you, all this, they jump into this because of illegal papers and false statements. Somebody was throwing okay to use, okay to do, blah, blah, blah. They have no attorney for that to show. Okay, you talk, but show me attorney for it. They don't have. They throw false statements about what's okay and not okay. They didn't come to this, but they throw statements okay to use for free. That's what I mean. False statements. Because you need to have attorney to be legal. So for Wall Street, they don't have anything except illegal papers and false statements. They don't have an attorney for this. I'm not joking, I'm serious. If they would have attorney for this, I would live probably in $40 million house. Or maybe more. Maybe $100 million house. Because if they would have attorney, they would need to pay. So they structured in a way of they don't pay, but using this wishy-washy, this bullshit, including putting false information on Wiki. Wiki doesn't show you anything, some kind of wishy-washy bullshit, unexplained. So for this, you need to have attorney. So that hosting, because my ex-wife knew, she went overseas. That's why you see Lithuania or this or that, because she is there working with her people. It is not Russian hosting or Ukraine hosting or Lithuania hosting or European hosting. It is from Minnesota house. You can call Minnesota hosting. That's where I came to it. I didn't come to it over there. They use over there, but I came to it in Minnesota. So this is Minnesota hosting. So I can say today it's California hosting because I'm in California. So what you have for hosting is you have two choices based on my 92 way. Either go with search engine or independent company. So they need to check available name for the whole exploring. Otherwise system will be confused. They should not have, all my computers should not have the same name. For business they can have the same name. I see many times it's kind of the same name when they register. But when you want to have a site, it should not be the same name, because the computer, like you submit, it cannot recognize 100 KTM.us, where to go, to which KTM to go. So if there are 100 sites with KTM.us, they're confused. The system confused. See what I mean? It's normal. Do you submit to all 100 KTM or particular one? That's how I'm thinking. So basically it should not be 100 KTM.us. Yeah, around the world you might find 100 KTM, but when it comes to computers it should not be 100 the same name. So even if you have the same name, something should be different. So either you change letter here, or you make shorter, or abbreviate, or suppose instead of Pen Warehouse you put PW, Pen Warehouse. You know what I mean? So you can have name, but here you need to change. So what you see today, when you go to search engine and then you want to have your site, your email, whatever, some of them offer certain WordPress or something. It's some kind of additional software helping to create sites. So basically independent company, all this one is handling, checking everything. And then after some time you have your site. And then with different pages, whatever products, and then it is placed on certain computers. Suppose this is people computers. So you have a lot of people. Let's say, okay, let's go with this is, let's do like this, half of it like this, half like this. So this guy got the site already, so it's located here. Now another way is search engine doing, not independent people. So like in my case I have this and I have email. Suppose this is computers for email. Okay. So they use the searching, again searching, scanning, searching system, and then after searching it will give name either okay to use or not okay. If not okay, you need to change to see what's available. And then after that they place on, suppose this is search engine people. This would be independent, this search engine. So when you log in next time, you basically, if you go on top of the browser, you should be able to go to your place straight. If it's not on the top, you use search engine, it goes to search engine and it goes to your site. So your created site, and in case of email, you have access to email. That's how my way was from 92. Somebody gave name hosting, web hosting. First of all, this is not web hosting. This is my way of e-commerce. This is made basically for e-commerce many times. Or you can create for non-profit organization. It is not his way or their way. And then hosting is not my name. It's just for me to create sites for people. It's web hosting is a street name for mine. I can tell you that. What else to say? So coming back to this one. Let me see. Let me change. Hold on. What is this? Social network. Okay. I need to change. A second. Okay. I don't see that. It's here, but why? Why I cannot choose? Chrome, yes. Okay, this one. Okay, now in this case, okay, this is my platforms. And this would be like sites like universities and non-profit organizations. And here would be like Macy's, Bloomingdale, Ace, Hardware Store, Home Depot, whatever. Any name. Now if somebody wanna create site, suppose this is my search engine, they would go to what I was showing to you. In this case, text computers used. I separate photo computers from text computers. So mostly what you see is text computers unless you switch to photos. For photos, other computers. So now, when they submit, that web hosting today, so what they're trying to do, they're trying to create site. I need to add somewhere here. I did not add. I had that creating site. Maybe I put here and creating sites. So basically, search engine, either they check the name, give the name for your site and then create the site, and the same with email, or independent people would be checking the name, giving the name, creating the site with that particular name. And then the same would be with email. Because my email has that @ I don't check email in the same way as site. So one is for site, the second one is for email. That's how I had in 92. What else? What else I can say? So today, that hosting should be investigated. Like I said, that's my intellectual property, including search engine, check the name, give the name, and site creation and all that. That does not belong to all those people in black color I was showing to you. So international court or some investigator should investigate at the beginning. I'm telling you, those many people are using illegal papers and false statements for this particular intellectual property. And they don't have my lawyer. My lawyer should be in America, in US, mainland or Hawaii, in most cases. In some cases, maybe even Minnesota. If it's 94, beginning 94, it would be Minnesota. And then I was back in Minnesota for some time, like 96. So if you're 96, it could be Minnesota, but in 97 I go back to California. And after 97, I don't think I went to Minnesota. After 97, I was in California and then Hawaii. Now I'm back in California. Anyway, that's all I can say. I might talk more about that later. I'm not preparing any speeches, so whatever I remember I can say. That's all I can say. Have a good time. Bye.